For this recipe today is a beautiful creamy baked pasta recipe. And for it, I'll be using macaroni, cherry tomatoes, minced beef, bell pepper, onions, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, yogurt, tomato paste, basil leaves, salt, oregano, seasoning powder, olive oil, garlic. So I'm going to dice these onions. Making pasta is quite easy, but this is not just ordinary pasta. We're taking it a notch higher by baking it. So just before I start warming my oven for all of that, I need to prep some of this. So I'm starting with onions, and I'm going to mince the garlic also and chop some of those cherry tomatoes. So if you don't have cherry tomatoes, don't bug your head. Any ripe tomatoes will do this. Next is going to be my bell pepper. I'll just remove the seed from the bell pepper. Now I'm going to be adding a little bit of olive oil, some salt, some garlic to that oil, my onions. Wow! Onion, garlic oil. Try it, it's lovely. I'll be adding the minced beef, half tablespoon of basil leaves, 1 tablespoon of oregano. I'm just going to stir on this. I like cook down. I'll cover it. What next? I'm going to boil the pasta. Now, if you've been following me, you know boiling pasta here is very easy. Water, bring it to the rolling boil. That's a poto boil. Before you reach that poto boil, you go don't put salt, you go don't put oil inside. Then you pour the pasta. It stays for 7 minutes al dente. 7 minutes because we are going to pour it inside something and recook it and bake it. But if you are just going straight, 10 minutes is the time. You don't done. I'll stir on that. Just stir on it gently, allow it to boil. Right. Okay, so it's time to prep my cheese. Though I won't be using it now, but it's just good for us to prep it. And I have my Parmesan cheese. Now this just take this meal from an ordinary creamy pasta to, you know, high-end pasta, because this Parmesan cheese serve the deal. So in case you don't have it, don't fret, you can use any cheese for this recipe. But if you want to make it high-end, you need Parmesan cheese. All right, so this is fine. That is our Parmigiano. All right, the Italians will call it Parmesan. All right, the next will be my mozzarella. Using the bigger part of the grater. You can just use your knife to cut it as well if you want. Alright, so mozzarella is ready. This looks good. So at this point, I can add the other things so they can all cook together. I'll add the bell pepper and the cherry tomatoes. Then in will go my tomato paste. I'll stir and cover it to cook. All right, so I'm going to check on my sauce now. Looks good. So in here I've got my minced beef or minced meat, onions, garlic, tomatoes, bell pepper, oregano, basil leaves, salt. So I'll add some seasoning powder now. All right, so this is 7 minutes. I'm going to turn off the pasta and it's done well. All right, so I'm going to sieve this now. But just before I remove all the water, I'm going to reserve a little bit of that pasta water. It's very important. Okay, so pasta sieved, a little bit of the pasta water reserved. I'll go back to my tomatoes. So I'm going to add some atarodo to this thing to, you know, Nigerianize it, okay? Okay, so I've added my pepper. Covered it for a while to cook. Now I've come to stir on it. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is mixing the sauce with the macaroni. But just before I mix it, I have to test this thing to be sure, say, the spice, the pepper, everything correct. So I'll bring back my pasta, add my pasta water. I'm going to turn off the sauce. It's cooked. I'm going to pour the sauce into the pasta. This looks good. Now we are cooking creamy pasta. This is the part where you get to add your milk to cream it all up, but I'm using yogurt. You can actually add the milk while cooking the meat if you want. So I'm using yogurt. Yogurt is still milk, but it's just fermented milk. Oh, this is about 1 cup. 1 cup of yogurt. It looks super creamy. This looks really good. Okay, so now after mixing, I'm going to finish this up in the oven. So I want to mix the mozzarella in it, so I want it to incorporate completely. Oh, it's so stringy and beautiful. So, to the baking dish. Okay, so this is ready now. I have my pasta in the baking dish. I sprinkled some mozzarella and parmesan on it. So I'm taking it to the oven to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until your cheese is properly melted and you know you have some bit of that golden on it. Okay, if you do not have an oven, please just put your cheese in the pot, mix it, serve and eat. Alright, so while that is working, I will just quickly make my salad. And for my salad, I am using lettuce, carrot, cucumber, and I'll be adding boiled egg. So let's get to that. Okay, so it's time for my salad and I'm just rinsing out my lettuce. So I'll put that in my salad bowl. So the next thing I will do is to slice my cucumber. Now there's nothing wrong with eating the green part, but I'm not adding it to this one today. I'll remove the seeds. Then my cherry tomatoes, I'll just open them up. Alright, so this looks very good, my lettuce, cucumber and tomatoes, but it's not ending here. I'm supposed to add carrot and I'll be using my new food processor to grate this carrot. Now some of you have been asking me how to use the food processor to grate. I'll be showing you now. Alright, so the carrot is ready, well grated. It's quite easy to use the food processor for your carrots or anything at all you want to grate. So I'll add the carrots now. Now I'm going to make dressing. You remember this yogurt here, that's the yogurt part of it I use for mixing the pasta. Now I'm going to use part of this yogurt to make dressing. I'll be adding a little bit of basil, about 1 pinch, seasoning powder, and a little bit of that olive oil. So I'll cover, then mix. Now this is my salad dressing. My salad is looking good. I just need to stir. So when we are ready to serve, I will garnish with boiled egg. So for now, it will go rest and let me check up on my pasta. Food all done, guys. Time to serve. Hello, Chef Oseni, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, sorry I took your time today. You know, the whole cooking and trying to bake this thing. So let's just quickly get to it. Start eating and tell me what you think about this creamy baked pasta.
Okay.
Let's allow you talk. What do you think?
This is very nice.
Well, this is nice. I really love it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been here for over 2 hours and I
Yeah.
tell you, it's been a lot of hard work.
It's beautiful.
And it came out really well.
Thank
nice,
you. Thank
well
you.
spiced. And the
Now
baked,
he's talking.
the baked part of it is actually very
Yeah.
interesting and very nice.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
You should, because it's really nice. Honestly, it is. Yeah?
If you like this video, please give me a thumb up, share and comment. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do click on the subscribe button and notification bell to enjoy more of my recipes.